I thought there was about 1 million people played football.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he did 15, I did 15, you did
10.
So we did a bid.
Yeah.
We did a lot of time. So, but I look at it now, man. We totally are blessed, man. 25,000 people in the whole existence.
It's crazy, man.
And now you can see how much you really are a great person.
Behind the mask.
What up, my boy?
What's good, family? Another day in paradise. You know what it is.
Hey, man, listen. I can't wait, bro, because it is another day in paradise because I smell some greatness in the air, and it's in the lounge right now. So, but let's get into it, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Listen, man, this first round pick, also SEC legend, was drafted in the first round, of course, to the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Then he decided to take his talents on the road and go kill some quarterbacks for the Atlanta Falcons and also Arizona Cardinals. A 3-time All-Pro. Hold on, let me say that again. 3-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, finished in his NFL career with 133 sacks.
133 and a half. Don't forget the half. Don't forget the half.
Ain't nothing half about this man.
Fact.
He say he's whole
Fact.
as he walks to the throat. Whatever that means. Man, welcome to the BTM Lounge. Listen, one of the all-time greats of the SEC and an all-time great of the NFL, John Abraham.
In the building. Family.
You can't possibly tell me them folk treated you like this
I would say
in the New York Jets and Atlanta Falcons and the Cardinals.
I would say, first of all, I'm around greatness right now. I've known him since I was like 18, 19 years old. I've been watching you since I was 18, 19 years old because when I came in college football, you was a beast. He was trying to get down. my boy, first of all, my boy, that blue and red looked good on him, but he did the thing though. But you had that other
He was on
blue and
the
orange.
Ole Miss Rebels.
Yeah,
Auburn was the beast, but it's crazy how life goes in a circle that we hear it again though. Right. All three of us made it to the league. Yeah. Man, I was telling you earlier, they 329 million people in the world. And there are only 1,500 NFL players in the league at one time. I tried to calculate that thing, right? It's like 0.1%. Like, no, 0.001%. So we really are some amazing people.
That's a fact.
And I never thought about it like that because I was bored last night. You know what we was talking about earlier about these, how people can just seem to always find football players? Yeah. we were talking about that earlier. I was like hey, I had to ask somebody, I'm like, how y'all always come for us? They 1,500. Like, you got dude, you can spread your wings. Like I know we nice and I know we got money, but I can understand now. It's only 1,500, so you got to be special. You got to be special because it's 1,500. I can see why they want us now. They're only 1,500. You know what I'm saying? I get it now. 25,000.
I get it now.
25,000 all the time. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
When you think about that, when I'm telling you, when I was younger, I thought there was about 1 million people played football. And he did 15, I did 15, you did
10.
So we did a bid. Yeah. We did a lot of time. So, but I look at it now, man. We totally are blessed, man. 25,000 people in the whole existence.
It's crazy, man.
And now you can see how much you really are a great person.
Yeah.
To even to that point, it's like we are special. And I never really slope. Like I know we special, but to the numbers and to look at all of this and see what you've accomplished. And I was shocked to find out you really didn't even play football in high school, bro.
I played my senior year.
That's bullshit, man.
That's some real shit. Hey, thank Maggie Lee Abraham for that. Because my mom was
Can't fight the genetics,
No. Thank her for not letting me play until my senior year.
Oh, so you were fresh,
Because you never know. Like, real talk, man. Like, if I would have played my 9th, 10th, 11th grade year, I might would have walked away from it. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't think people understand that. Because my 8th grade year, I broke my ankle. My mom said, you ain't playing no more. So my senior year, I did it for shits and gigs, bro. I was like, shoot, my girl had all these accolades in the book. I was like, hold on, I gotta get me something in here. I got band in here.
He couldn't be that.
My bad.
Hey, no, I was percussion now. I was percussion, but hey, y'all already know who got all the ass, boy.
We did. We do.
Yeah, but
we ain't had no band. We ain't had that in New York.
I had percussion. You know what I'm saying? So I had band, track, and basketball. 6'4" playing center, they ain't gonna make it. I was like, Ma, I need to do something else. I want to play football this year. Hey, do what you want. You grown now. Yeah. All right. Came out there on crutches. My coach was looking at me. He was like, man, you serious, John? I said, yeah, I'm playing. All right, I'll see you when training camp start. What we call it training camp. You know, whatever it was back in there, I can't remember. I showed up there, and, you know, all else is history, bro.
Hey, man, you did your damn thing, man. You alluded to it a little bit in the beginning, but 98, 99, South Carolina. For me, I remember we played y'all because we was in Ole Miss. We were in the SEC West. Y'all were in the SEC East, and then y'all were on the schedule. You know, we were on each other's schedule, and it was like, yo, this cat John Abraham, 6'4", lightning fast as hell off the edge, and I'm playing left tackle. I ain't but 275 pounds back then. But for you were the best player on the worst team because y'all sucked back then.
21. Hey, that's what. Hey, when y'all talk about Hall of Fame and the reason why I should go, I was on an 0-21.
Facts.
No, we
in
lost
2 years. Zero. Yeah.
We lost 21 straight games.
Yeah.
21 straight games, and I was a first-round pick.
Facts. But y'all had an ill-ass intro. Y'all had that Ric Flair intro.
Yeah, bro, let's go back to these 21 straight losses and still being a first-round pick. That boy got to be special or something ain't right. Because I'm like, dude, I'm good, man. But no, I got a story for you about that. When I first got in the league, I remember you was talking about your first time in the league and you did some dumb shit. Yeah. So my first time in the league, I'm playing my first preseason game, man. I got Brian Cox over here. I got Marvin Jones. I got Mo Lewis, and I'm in the linebacker room with Ferrier. I'm like, so we losing. Like a minute left on the clock. I'm on the sideline crying. I'm crying because I'm like, man, I'm tired of being, B. Cox came and be like, what's wrong with you, Rook? I said, man, I'm tired of being a fucking loser. I'm like, bro. I'm like, man, I'm tired of being a loser. He said, no, like, Rook, we gonna get this, bro. We gonna get this. We gonna win this game. And then we ended up winning the little preseason game, but I was just like, bro, I can't have my whole life like this, bro. So that was one of the stories I could say about my first time in the league, and it was Brian Cox took me under his wing and everything. He became one of my idols in a good and bad way. You know, I've said this before, like my idols was like LT and BC but you know, sometimes you try to mimic the off-field stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, I was trying to be like.
That's crazy though, because
I want to be a badass. Yeah.
You can't keep up all the time. That's the thing.
No, I want to be a badass. I want to be a badass, but I didn't have a badass mentality. You feel me? Yeah. Like I was a nice guy. I was quiet, you know, to myself. You know, people like, oh, you want to be a leader, you got to talk more. I got 3 sacks. Who's talking louder than me? Yeah, you want me to do? Like, shit, I got 3 sacks. I'm like, Carl Spummer, like, I made a Pro Bowl. Like, what else y'all want me to do? We need you to lead more. I'm like, man, I'm Tim Duncan, cuz. Like, hey, man, I'm just going to show you better than I can tell you. You feel me?
Right. That never really was your personality when it came to that, huh?
It wasn't that, man. I was raised different. I was raised in the holiness house. So I think everybody don't know, like, all that boasting and bragging. Like, even me wearing jewelry, drinking and stuff, that was all against my religion. So everything I pretty much did, I always felt like a bad person. Like, even playing football, bro. Like my mom didn't like sports. I used to work in the tobacco field, man. Like, we did different things. Like, my mom was a janitor. My grandparents, like, everybody worked in the school system. My mom worked in the kitchen. She did stuff like that. We did that kind of work. We did the kind of like humble type work and stuff like that. So me playing sports, bro, I had to, if I wanted to play sports, I had to find a way to get there. Like, my mom ain't driving me there. I remember I used to sit at the corner store and wait for a ride home. It wasn't no like, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to do it. And you ever had a passion in you and you don't know where it came from? That's why I believe in God so much, because like even people making up like the internet and all this crazy stuff, like where you get this from? Like who the hell put this in your mind that you're gonna be a football player? Yeah. You come from a dirt man, I'm talking about less than 1,000 people. We had LaVon Kirkland come out of high school. That was it. And I'm like, why do I think that I'm gonna be an athlete? I got a book that I wrote when I was like 7 years old. I was gonna be a doctor or something in sports. I literally wrote a book. My mom still got it. Wow. How you know stuff like that though? Like how you know you're gonna be good at something? Like that's when I say, yeah, God implants something in your head to tell you this is what you're gonna be good at.
Mm-hmm. So when I like how you ended that up. God put something in your head that you were gonna be good at.
Yeah.
Now, like that blows me, and I'm over here thinking like how far y'all go back with each other. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing the history. This is so random, but like, did you ever just beat the shit out of Tutan when you went up against him?
Oh, I tried to.
Listen, no lies in the lounge, too.
No lies in the lounge.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
Like, no lies in the lounge. Roast this motherfucker. You got to start. Please. I hope you got
I can promise you I ain't got no good story. You know I can't remember shit. We talked about this. But I do remember he was shitty at Ole Miss. And then when I saw him in the league, I was like, this nigga made it. I was like, oh, he made it. So you know, you don't really get to see, people after you leave and go to the league, because you worrying about your reputation. Then I see this cat come to the league, I see the work. This him all the time. I was like, oh, what up, Toot? What up, man? And I remember seeing him. I'm like, oh, but I'm happy as hell, because you can understand, like, the SEC, you just automatically, you playing to get somebody, you see him make it to the league, you like, cause I remember when I played Mo Collins when he was in Florida, and then I seen him in the league, I was like, wow, I connect with this cat. Like I said, even seeing you and seeing him, but I was like, man, I was so proud, because I was like, he was doo-doo in college.
Nah, no.
Not trash, but trash, but you know, he was an underclassman, so for me, you trash to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like for me, like you was the smallest guy I ever went against in college. So you know, I'm
there
like,
you go. I was smaller. Yeah,
that's what it is.
So I remember the first time we played each other, because I'm a buck back a little bit on that one. So
please do.
We were at Ole Miss my junior year, and yes, I was smallish. I was like, they moved me to offensive tackle. I was small. I was like 270 playing offensive tackle, and John was the truth, right? So first half is going good. You know what I'm saying? I'm blocking him. I know he had the speed. I had good feet. So right before the first half was over, like he said, he went from speed to power. So he goes to the bull rush. I couldn't do shit with a bull rush back then. But he got to the quarterback. The only reason it wasn't a sack is because I held him and got caught for holding, right? So that stopped one sack, and then I think second half he got another sack. Yeah. So I get it. So I do recall that. But one of the things that I remember was that he was like, it wasn't like no shit talk. It was respect. Because other than that, you know, we were manned up, blocking up and everything. So it was a good game for him. I ain't gonna lie. You know, no lies in the lounge. But then my senior year, I'm like, mark it on the calendar. And I think I told you this shit before. There were 3 games I remember my senior year. I'm like, I'm not gonna let this shit happen again. It was y'all, it was Auburn, and I think it was Arkansas. Those were my 3 worst games my junior year. So senior year, I'm ready, chomping at the bitch, ready for John Abraham. Man, they got freshman Kalimba Edwards at the fucking defensive end position. They moved John a linebacker. So I'm like, shit, I ain't even got to block him the whole game, you know what I mean? But I damn sure did my thing my senior year. It wasn't against you, but did my thing my senior year. But yeah, man, I wasn't shitty though, man. I made all-SEC, man. Don't be. You got me hot under the collar, man.
You know when I call somebody shitty, you know they got a long way to go. And I ain't saying that the wrong way. He had a long way to go. I'm being real, but hey, I can put it in my book. I can put it in my book. I made this dude better.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Like, he made me
Facts.
better, too, because I ain't,
Facts.
like, having a small cat like that and trying to learn new stuff. You remember I told you, I said, you gotta start from one base and then build your repertoire. Mm-hmm. So he helped me change my repertoire, because I'm like, dude, I ain't never seen no cat like this. So he moving like he dancing with me or something. Like, this cat.
They used to call him the dancing bear.
Yeah, you know, hey, cuz, you know they had a...
That's all I was doing was move my feet, because I'm trying to keep up with them.
These big-ass cats. I'm using these 300
Chris Samuels, who's out there, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I got, like, this little dude. I'm like, man, my whole game gonna change now. What can I do against this little guy, man? Like, come on. Don't hurt this guy, man.
Respect.
Like I said, you ain't gonna lose your job against me. You ain't gonna lose your job. I'm gonna give you a good show.
The only reason he ain't have a 2-sack game against me is because I held on one of the sacks of the ref.
That's not a bad thing, cuz. Hey, you'll take a hold sometime over a sack. You don't
fucking right.
You don't get that hit on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Who was your quarterback then?
Romero Miller.
Yeah, no one.
Nah, Romero was solid.
No. Back then, I didn't
Deuce
care
was
about
our running back though. Deuce McAllister.
Back then, he ran for like two and some change on us then. But I didn't care about quarterbacks then. I was young. I was young. I had to make sure I know who the guy in front of me was. You know, when you get older, that's when you start.
That's when you look at cool.
When you get
yeah. You know, I don't know about all them other cats, man.
So I'm going to give you something. I'm going to ask you this, and I don't even know if you know this or not. 5 names that, let me just jump into it. Micah Parsons, Joey Bosa, Aldon Smith, Javon Curse. They all are tied for the second most sacks in their first 17 games coming into the league. Do you know who has the most?
Facebook told me. 15 and a half, John Antonio Nettles Abraham. Hey, boy, I tell you, man, never knew.
Yeah.
Never knew. Facebook. Somebody sent it to me on Facebook. I don't even know how they found out about it. So, that's something in my book that made me feel good, though, boss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that was incredible because I only, like, my rookie year, I got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I played 6 games and I got hurt and I missed those 10 games. And I came back the next year and made the Pro Bowl. So for me, I don't even know who people making these stats though. Real talk, like my stats is 133 and a half, and I think I got like 46 caused fumbles. That's 3rd all time or 2nd all time, something like that. And if you put 192, many games I played, 133 and a half sacks, I'm number 3, like when it comes to sacks per game. Yeah. So, and you saying I missed 40-some games from injuries. And that's 3 years of football, cuz that's 12 years. 12 years, I got 13.5. 133.5 sacks.
Yeah.
That's how I see my career. But like I was telling you, the reason why I have a problem, though, with all my stats, injuries took me out of a lot of games. So my mind would never feel like I was a great player. And I was telling you that earlier. I said, man, I would never see that my career was great in my mind. Because I only think about the games I miss. I told you I have a bad mentality of only watching my bad plays, and I told you it transferred into my life. And that's how my life ended up being the same way. I only see the bad stuff that happen. Well, I'm not like that now. But I told you that, and even after a game, I couldn't sleep after a game whether we won or lost. Because I think about the plays I messed up. So on Mondays, they were like, "Oh, John, you was out all last night." They don't know I ain't slept that night. I didn't sleep the night before coming here. That's kind of anxiety I have. Like I said, like when I have to go pick my kids up, like if I gotta pick my daughter up today. Yeah. I don't sleep. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's the anticipation of being great or the anticipation of wanting to do something special. But like if my daughter was, "Oh, Dad, you gonna pick me up today?" I'm just how I am the night before. I got used to it now. You know what I'm saying? But after the games, bro, I'll be the whole night just being there because I'm anticipating watching film and seeing what I did wrong. Right. Because one thing I didn't want to do is be that person called out. You know how it is, though. John, you know if you did this? And I'm looking like, man. Because in New York, boy, they used to be on my ass because I'm like everything I did wrong. Let me tell you why me in New York didn't work. I was a great player, but I was a bad pro. When I say pro, that's what I did off the field. Yeah. And I told you who my idols were. And I never drank, never smoked when I was in college. I came to the NFL, and the team I came to, that's what they did. You know, if you want to be part of a team, you got to do things as part of the team. Right. We drank. Everybody drank. Yeah. I'm talking about, man, I was just like, what's wrong with these people, man? Because, I didn't drink. So, I'm thinking like, y'all, something wrong with that. How y'all in the league?
Because of the religious background.
Yes. And I'm like, y'all in the league, how y'all manage to play and do stuff like this? And then I found, dog, I can do this and still do this? I'm like, man. Then I got hurt and I went downhill fast. That was my rookie year. But then, my second year, I wasn't worrying about it. I balled out. Got a DUI. Man, when I said the whole team turned on me, bro, I'm starting from head coach all the way down. I mean, I'm like a 3-time Pro Bowl at that time, man. I made a mistake at 25 years old, bro. And I ain't saying they crucified me, but think about you going to your head coach and he tells you making a certain people look bad. Like you making the team look bad. You making people of your ethnicity look bad. Think of how that feels coming from a black coach. Man, I could not even go in the locker room. I would literally be in the locker room I had my locker in the corner, so I wouldn't talk to nobody and everything. I had Lavernius come back, so that was good. So I had one person to talk to. Me and Sean was cool, but bro, I wouldn't even leave my house. When I was in New York, I didn't leave my house because of that one thing I did when I was a kid. And the media said I was the most selfish person. And dog, I'm from a small town, cuz, a humble background. Never got in trouble before. Bro, when I said I ain't never got in trouble before, dog. Now, I got close. I was a roller thing now. I used to steal from the mall. I got close. I'm telling you, man, I owe Magnolia Mall in Florence, South Carolina some dope. Hey, bro, I was the plug before the plug, but I'm gonna stay fresh now. I used to be fresh to death, but I ain't never got in no real trouble, man. And how they treated me, man, it was just like, and I ain't knocking the Jets. I'm knocking just like how they don't give. It's different now though. Cause when I went to Atlanta, man, it was like, everybody make mistakes. I don't know, it was just like a few situations that never really sat right for me. I remember I made my third Pro Bowl there. And I got hurt. Yeah. I was with the Jets. I was leading the league in sacks at the time. Like right around 11 games, something like that. I come back, they was like, John, you made the Pro Bowl. Head coach, my position coach, you got lucky, huh? Got lucky again, huh? I'm like,
wow.
Got lucky. I'm like, bro, I was leading the league and y'all gonna tell me I got lucky? I said, okay, cuz I'll squash that. I ain't gonna worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I guess they think I'm just getting too big head or something like that. I still don't understand it. We in Jacksonville. Now think about it. What I told you I am. I'm not the pass rusher that just has one move.
Right.
Jacksonville, I break contain one time. No more inside moves for the rest of the year. No more. So think about it. All I could do is outside rush. I couldn't do nothing else.
So they took that away from you.
Yeah, they said, they literally went in the film room and they was like, you see this, John? You mess up? I'm looking like, okay, I forgot the dude was left-handed. You know what I'm saying? Because, I think we had Brunell. Yeah, so he broke out, we had a...
Did you used to let him outside of you all the time?
No, that was the only time. It was just like, that was the game plan. But, bro, when you going against like somebody like Tony Baselli, he give you that inside.
You gotta beat him out.
So I tried to win, and I got him inside, and then I just missed him. He rolled out and threw some kind of weird pass. They called it. But I'm looking like, you gonna tell me I can't do inside no more. So for the rest of my career, if you watch me in New York, I only had one move. It was straight outside rush. Outside rush for like the next 3 years. Like literally that was it. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like, so my New York days were tough. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was tough and they always want you a certain weight. If you ain't gonna get that weight, yada, yada, yada. And then when I came back from my franchise year.
Who were the coaches there?
It was Herm and Reuben Carter. Rube was part
Herm
of the
he was there the whole time?
Nah, I had Al Groh my first year.
Al Groh, yeah. That's I was thinking Al Groh.
And I ain't saying I was right, because like a lot of stuff I did off the field was frustration from what was going on. But my last 2 years that I stopped drinking, I did all that stuff. I played it right. I tried to play it right. Yeah. But I never could win. Like we had something called a practice player, and he'd give like they give you a black jersey. Yeah. They give you a black jersey. Right. Never got a black jersey. I was out there practicing like I was playing in a game. I come in the game. My backup got one before I did. I was like, wow. I was like, all right, cool. I said, this is getting personal. And like I said, when I came back from my franchise year, I came back in the best shape of my life, cuz 260, chest. I'm talking about, cuz. When I said, that probably the best year I had in New York. Even though I didn't make the Pro Bowl that year, I had like 10 and 6. 10 sacks, 6 calls. We went 4-12, so wasn't nothing going on. Yeah. First game I get back in there now. Took me out for one play so I wouldn't get that start in the first game. I mean, this is something that goes on, and people don't understand like how important starting is for in the NFL. Not even got to do with money; it's got to do with the fact that I ain't starting. You get what I'm saying? All right, Johnny, well you ain't gonna start. So I came back for a week before the season started. I'm talking, I was jacked, looking good. I changed my number to 56. My birthday May 6th. So don't get it twisted. I ain't got it because of Taylor. I got my birthday May 6th, and this my to-do. I'm gone. I'm out. Like I told him before, like when we was talking earlier, bro, franchise was giving me $6 million. My first contract was 5 years, $7 million. All that money was gone, bro. I'm sorry. All that money was gone. Mama house, my house, this, and this. I had some chump change, but that money was gone, bro. Come on, you live in New York. I got to pay for a house here, paying for my mom's house. So I got a 1 year deal for 6.6. Boy, I was like,
back in the game.
No, I'm retiring.
Oh, you was out the game.
I was good. If I had to come back to New York, but that's how bad I was in that situation.
You
like
really
some people love it.
retiring?
No, I call my financial guy. You can call Calvin Elam right now. Greatest guy ever. You need to get your money, get Calvin. Best man. Still got me making money. Still got me making money. Calvin Elam, love you, boy. Talked to him this morning. Tell you I need a little money. Send me something. But now I promise you, I called him. I bought me a little nice house in South Carolina. I was like, shit, I ain't got to live no place else. I definitely ain't living in New York. Get rid of some of these cars. Got me like a 10,000 square foot house for under 800,000. You know, back in the day, that was
major.
Yeah, 10 stacks right there. I'm like, I'm good.
Getting warm.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm good. I had everything planned, man. And then, you know, they traded me to Atlanta.
Right.
They should have never gave those. So, you know, because they was pushing to get me to Seattle and other places like that, but I was like, nah, man, like, we was on a flight in Seattle, and I think Hutchinson at the time. Hutchinson, he was like the prime guard or something like that. Yeah. They had me locked in a room just like this.
Well, Hutch.
They're like, yeah, Hutch wasn't there, but they was trying to see if they were gonna keep Hutch and do this, so they were trying to see if they could make a contract with me.
Right.
Man, me and my agent found a way to sneak out. We snuck out, right? We got out of the place. We got on the plane. Cause we had like a jet for Oakland. We had a jet here for like Atlanta, and we had a jet for someone else. Actually, we didn't have a jet for Atlanta yet. My agent called. He was like, look, we got Atlanta want to look at you. I said, make it happen.
That's close to the crib, too.
No, he's like, no, but John, it's like $1.5 million less. I said, Seattle, Atlanta. Seattle, Atlanta. Cuz, make it happen. He's like, hey, I said, no, he's talking about like, you know, they're going to give you this, but this. I said, look, man, from the travel expenses going back and forth, the price of Seattle, I said, I live in South Carolina.
Yeah, you're right there.
Do you understand how much money I had to pay for my mom to come to New York? Bro, make that happen. Bro, by the time we got to Atlanta, Arthur Blank came out, one of the smoothest dudes ever, man. Like when I said, you ever seen somebody that smell like money and look like money? Like I don't know who made that song, but they must have been around Arthur Blank.
That
like,
was A-Boy, wasn't it?
Oh.
Would it smell like smell like money? Would it look like?
I told my sister now, you can take one for the team. Hey, let's get some of that Home Depot money, boy. You got to take one for the team, boy. I'm trying to take. Hey, cuz, you know, everybody, hey, man, I'm like, cool, this dude is too cool. Hey. I'm telling you, so he came in like just how we sitting right here. He like rented the whole little place. I think it was Chops, and it was the bottom part. So I came in there, and, you know, his game is so tight though, man. You know, you see people with game, like almost that pimp type swag.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there with his leg crossed, you know what I'm saying? I came in there and he's like, hey, how you doing? I said, hey, what's going on, man? John, nice to meet you. And I'm nervous as hell because I ain't never seen nobody look like this. Yeah. Think about it, I went from Woody Johnson to Arthur Blank. And if anybody know, y'all Google it. Look at Woody Johnson. You'll see the swag is on a whole different level. Yeah. So, you know, he came in there, you know, and I ordered my food. I ordered the same thing. I said, I'm over here getting pimped. You know, I told him I had a daughter this age. You know, I got a daughter that age too, man. You know what, John? Take my van for the night. Have a good time in the city.
Right on time.
I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I ain't knew nothing about Atlanta, man. But it was just so much love. And then, so that day, you know, I said, I'm good. I'm coming here, man. I love it here, you know, yada, yada, yada. I mean, like, literally, that was all I took. Yeah. Just that respect from my owner coming face to face and talking to you. Like, this when you know you're important. Yeah. I barely seen Woody Johnson, cuz, like, you know, I don't think Woody even know my name. You know, Woody wasn't at the time. I don't know about Woody now, though, because, you know, I love the Jets. Don't get it twisted.
Facts.
But, yeah, but, like, it's just that thing. And then time I got here, you know, I went and got my suit and everything. I ran home to South Carolina, got my mom. They flew me back in for South Carolina, which was pointless. Flew my mom in. My mom was sitting there kind of like this. And Arthur Blank came and spoke. I said, Mom, that's gave me the money. I was like, Mom, look, my mom was like a quiet woman and everything. I was dead serious. I literally had to be like, hey, man, how you doing? I was like, what? I said, Mom, don't mess us up. Don't mess us up. Yeah. I said, Mom, they just gave us a different lifestyle. I said, Mom, don't mess us up for me, man. So when I came to Atlanta, man, it was a beautiful thing. And that's when we had 2 live stews. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, them cats was on there grilling me. Like, you know, I'm used to the New York media. Right. And, you know, they kind of like, oh, John, this, and John, how you feel about the game and everything. Hey, boy, you going out to the strip club now? You been to Madison City yet? Hey, we gonna meet you out there, boy. Hey, I'm like, hey, cuz. Hey, you know this on the live stuff. I don't know if we'll talk like this, cuz. So, you know, like all the aspirations, all the like I guess everything of the timid stuff I had, all the anxiety and thing just left after that, man.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, dang, I'm home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went and got this big A tat on, like right here and everything, and I'm like, I'm good, man. I'm home, man. Everything felt so good. And I told you about my injury that first year that really hurt me, and then the Mike Vick stuff. And so it was it was a roller coaster year, man. But it was a beautiful thing, man. I'm so proud and glad that God put that Atlanta in my life, bro. Like, because at that time I needed it. And I wasn't drinking then either. So that's when I still was on my not drinking thing. Then I got hurt, and all that stuff went back to old stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
And we had some times. First of all, you did your thing in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
It's all right. I think for me personally, let me tell you why. On
the field, you did your thing.
I would say if we could have kept our same. That first year I was there, man. The Mike Vick stuff and that core we had that year, man. Like Mike Vick has done his stuff. It's over with. But that man is a legend, man. And he was one of the main reasons I came here, man. If we could have kept that team, bro. When I said we got a ring, boy. And people don't understand. I wanted to get a ring for Atlanta so bad because we ain't got one. Mm-hmm. Man, that's when you become iconic.
Yeah.
You don't even got to be a great player. You can just make one great play in the Super Bowl and you're iconic.
Yeah.
The catch the guy made from the Giants.
David Tyree, yeah.
What does he do? Iconic.
Yeah.
It's just Edelman catch. Iconic.
Iconic moment.
Okay. Oh boy. Sack. His touchdown. 92.
Harrison?
Yeah, Harrison.
James Harris.
Iconic. You a legend for the rest of your life. I never got put in that situation.
Yeah.
Never got put in that situation. I wanted one taste, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro? You just want that one taste. It ain't about like the end of the day when you get your money and everything. It's all about like one time. Just give me one time, man. Just one time. And we lost to Kaepernick them. We was up 17-6 or some crazy stuff at halftime. I'm boohoo crying, bro. I'm like, man, I'm going to the Super Bowl. We finally getting it, man. I'm gonna show my ass. Hey, bro, I don't care what they do to me. I ain't coming out this game, man. And I honestly feel like if we'd have won that game, the whole history of the NFL would have changed.
Was that like 20? I can't remember.
2013. And when I say the whole, maybe 2012, I don't know. I'm old now, bro. But I say the whole history of the NFL would have changed. Kaepernick wouldn't have got that liked because he wouldn't have made it to that Super Bowl. And we don't even know if he would have been the starter the next year. That's real talk. If you think about it, though, and Matt Ryan would have been, because we would have beat Baltimore. It wouldn't have been an issue. That's just something that bro, you don't understand, like, I have a mindset that what I didn't do in life is the worst thing in the world. So, when I say that junk recycled in my head, like, every day. Yeah. Every day. And then I got cut. So, you know what? So, it was an amazing year for me, man. I could not get happy like for that whole time. And if we want to talk about like, I think when everything fell off the rails for me was then.
Yeah.
Like dead ass.
That was all what I was gonna say was you had everything. You had the contract, you had the Pro Bowls, you had the All Pro. And I remember there was one off season. I was out the league by now, but I was driving through Buckhead and I seen you. It was during like mini camp or something like that. And I seen you. I was like, yo, bro, I don't know if you remember. I was like, bro, what you doing? He's like, I'm chilling, man. Something had happened with the Falcons. And then he was like, well, Two, what you doing? Shit, let's go hang out. Chill out with your boy. And we hung out the whole day. And the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, this is my bro. This is my boy from back in the days. But I couldn't help but think, why aren't you in camp with the team? I think it was like I said, it was mini camp. Yeah. So some of the things off the field, you would think that everything is perfect, again, with the salary, with the all pros, but there was still something missing.
Well, at the time, the big thing, the reason why I wanted to be in Atlanta, first of all, because the team was good. But second of all, I adopted my nephew.
Right.
So I was trying to raise my nephew too. So I was like, I don't want to take him out of this environment because he was like 14 when I got him. And I was taking him to school. He was doing well and everything like that. So my big thing was like, because Tennessee was offering some good money. But I was like, I don't want to uproot this guy. So John, what's the thing? And then like, for me, I didn't want to be a failure as a father, even though like, because I adopted him. So it was kind of like, so that's what kind of hit me hard too, like being cut and then like, dude, like, you know I'm raising my nephew. Like, I would have took less money.
So it was just personal. It turned into...
Yeah, it felt personal.
Yeah.
It felt personal. And that what really stuck in my head. And like I told you, like, a person that not used to being... When you feel like you're doing good for someone, and I don't knock them now because, you know, I did process through my head. There's two truths. John, you was doing this, and another truth is they felt this way. I can't control like what somebody. There's two truths in every situation, regardless of how you feel like somebody wronged you or they right you. There's always gonna be two truths. So I can't be mad at them now, and I don't have no ill will to Atlanta now. At the time, it was just heart-wrenching because of my personal life. And you can't take personal and business and mix it. Right. And then also, they ain't even gave me no dinner. Y'all gave me a dinner when y'all met me. Y'all could have gave me dinner when y'all kicked me out. Like, at least give
you like side.
Yeah, at least give a girl a last dinner. Like, I'm like, come on, because I like at the time I threw both of my cell phones away. Like, I literally threw them off the balcony. I got tired of everybody talking about, oh, this is good season. I was like, man, threw my thing out. So they called my sister, assistant. She called me and like, well, the Falcons gonna cut you. Yeah. I was like, that's it? I'm like, dude, like, can they just ask me to come to the facility or something and like, let me just give a high five or
it's
a
over with like
handshake
that?
Or something like 7 years, you know, all-time leading sacker. I'm like, dude, just give me a high five. Like, I don't need much. I ain't one of these people that need you to tell me you love me every day or something like that. But give me a pat on the back here and there. You know what I mean? I don't really bitch about a lot of stuff. I don't ask for much, but give me a card. Yeah. Give me something that makes me feel a little more personal. Like, no, just personal. This is a personal thing, me talking to you. If I said, man, you did good. Yeah. That's personal. Now, if I said, man, you did good, no, I'm talking to the kid. How you feel? Yeah. I mean, it's different. Yeah. I'm like, dude, like, come on now. Like we was talking about you and blah, blah, going to San Francisco. Like, it's stuff that happens that we just want a little bit more. It ain't hard to tell someone. Like, I've been there 7 years. I turned down money to stay here. Just give me a high five, man. Like, give me a high five. Like, John, you know what? We love you, appreciate it, high five. So that's the only problem I had. It wasn't nothing like that, but it was more stuff personal that was going on that was building on from that. And then, like, not knowing I was going to the Super Bowl. And then, you know, like, being in my 13th year, what's wrong? He had 10 sacks. Why they ain't want him now? Is he's, like, really broken up or something? What's going on with him? You know, like, you know, da-da-da-da. Then I had a blessing to get to go with Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles in Arizona. It was a blessing, bro. Like, bro, when I said I was at my down that time, like, you could not do anything to get me happy. Like, I was at my most depressed at that time, and I didn't even understand that I probably was going through my concussion stuff then. You know, I wasn't sleeping, bro. I was down to like 215.
And this is right after you had left.
Yeah, I was like 215. I remember I got to Arizona, and they was like, well, John, because my agent, he cool with everybody, so he called and he was like, look, just pack a bag. I said, what you mean? Pack a bag. You going to Arizona. I said, Arizona? I'm like, bro, I ain't even visited there. He's like, just bring your bag, you good. You know, Todd know you from New York. They're going to move you back to linebacker, you good. I was like, cool. I was like, all right. So when I got there, I wasn't playing. Right. So I was a backup. I was like, man, this is bug. Like,
but every time, I remember every time you got in, though, you got a sack or got a pressure on
this ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. What happened was 3 people had to get hurt. Right. 3 people got hurt. So that's God right there. I don't care what you're saying. I ain't trying to knock the people who got hurt, so don't take it that way.
So I mean, God like, saying he knocked 3 out.
No, it was just like, yeah, I'm just being real. Like, dude, like, literally, it was like, boom, he went down. Boom, he went down. Boom, he went down. John, you starting this 4 games in. Yeah. 4 games in, I make the Pro Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. But when you got in,
like, dude,
you was still.
No, I know I was balling. Yeah. I was in the game 99% of the game after that. But also I was back to outside linebacker playing at 240.
But then you came and rushed on.
No, I was playing outside linebacker getting sacks. Real talk, like Von Miller. You know how like Von Miller be standing up and doing that. I was back in my element from like my rookie. You know, I got drafted as an outside linebacker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, bro, that's easy money, bro. That's easy money. And that's a whole lot easier than putting my hand in the dirt all the time. Because, you know, I was a tweener. They was calling me a tweener at the time. So I was playing at 240 compared to 255. And people don't think that weight matters. That weight matters, bro. Like, were you moving like that? Nah, I couldn't move like I wanted to when I was 255. But, you know, I made it look good. But then at the end of the day, my body feel like, you know, shit and everything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but when I played at 240, bro, I'm 35, 36, running around like, what? Oh, yeah, I'm 240, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was a different thing, but it showed me, but it also, instead of me taking that as a positive, I looked at my whole career being in the 4-3 and just crushed myself again. No, bro, literally just crushed myself again. I literally crushed myself. I was like, man, this thing, Like, man, see, I told you I was better than this, da-da-da. So I'm going all the way back from the 13 years I had prior and saying I wasn't shit because of that.
So when you,
it's a mindset thing that I couldn't control.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so hard to understand. Is like, bro, you did a lot of amazing stuff, bro.
But see, you got to understand when you ever did like you did something and you didn't know it was amazing until afterwards. Like let's say if you see somebody in the car and something like that and you just help them out of the way, you don't see anything else around, and then like 10 minutes later the car get hit or something, and then you realize, dang, I did something amazing. That's kind of how, like, remember I told you I had to go watch film. Like, literally, when I was done football, I was so depressed.
Look, you know John Abraham doesn't give interviews out, not even sometime. But he decided to come inside of the lounge and bless us with his perspective to ensure that other people who are in need of help, they can get it from having a good support system. Make sure you tune in for part 2 because he's dropping a lot of jewels, nuggets, and also untold stories for the first time that has never been shared.
So set your notifications for part 2 of this intense interview as John Abraham talks about life after football as he goes behind the mask.
Behind the mask.